Hey, what's up, you guys? As you all know, yesterday, the one and only GOAT, Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others perished in a horrible helicopter crash here in around Calabasas, California, which for me is like maybe an hour and a half drive north. I was with a group of friends, and one of them said he had passed, and none of us believed him, so we all get on our phone, and over the course of 15 minutes it was confirmed that it was Kobe. And I just wanted to come on here and say that I can't remember the last time an athlete's death affected me so hard. I mean, I grew up watching Kobe. When he came into the Lakers, I was about 16. When him, Shaq, and Phil Jackson got together and went on their title runs in 2000, I was 19. And that was really one of the first times I started soaking up basketball. Because I'll be honest with you guys, from 1994 to like 2004-ish, I didn't watch baseball, okay? The strike happened in 94, and I remember I hated baseball for that. I know it sounds crazy. I hated baseball after that strike, and I did not watch for about 10 years. I was so delusioned that these guys were arguing over wanting more money. I couldn't even remember what the specifics were for why they went on strike, but nonetheless, I stopped watching baseball. And in that time, I got into 2 of my favorite athletes of all time, Kobe Bryant and Tiger Woods. Now, Kobe Bryant, I have the most vivid memories of because I was a huge Laker fan. I was always a Dodger and Laker fan, but the Lakers around that time were it was LA's team. I mean, it was the Lakers. People watched the Dodgers, but it wasn't like a mass hysteria for the Dodgers like the Lakers. It was obvious that it was Lakers town, and it was obvious that there was this young kid named Kobe who joined the forces with Big Shaq, who were going to just dominate. And for the first couple seasons, they didn't. I remember watching, and they didn't have good seasons. They didn't make it to the playoffs. They didn't make it to the finals, or they would get busted out of the playoffs early. And then they got Phil Jackson. And this brings me to 2000. Kobe and Shaq, they get to the playoffs, and they're like the best team in the league, right? And they get to the Western Conference Finals against the Portland Trailblazers. And the Portland Trailblazers take them 7 games, and in Game 7, they go up by 15 in the 4th quarter. And this was the make-or-break moment for the Lakers. This was the Kobe-Shaq era at its start, and if they did not come together to win this one game, who knows what would have happened. They might have split up the team. You got to understand, they had already had Kobe and Shaq like 3 years. So when they brought Phil in, this was the time. This was like make-or-break moment, and if you guys know what happened, you know what happened. The infamous 15-run comeback, the Bryant to Shaq alley-oop. That's infamously, I'm sure you can find clips of it on YouTube everywhere. I remember the call vividly. I can't remember who. I think it was Costas. I think. The Lakers have the Lakers have 3 timeouts left, and Portland has 2. Bryant to Shaq. Whoa! From the brink of elimination to the brink of the NBA Finals, and then they would go on to win it in 6 against the Pacers. And what I remember was Kobe running and jumping on Shaq and bear hugging him, and that was one of the first times I was like, oh my God, And then they interview him afterwards, and I remember him vividly, like, how does it feel to win? It feels great. How does it feel to win the championship? It feels amazing. I can't wait to do it again. And he would do it 5 times. I also remember in the 2004 finals. Anyway, this was actually the 2004 Western Conference Finals when they were playing the Spurs. This is the game where Fish hit that .4-second shot. And I bring this up because if you watch the game, it was 2 plays before that where Kobe had an amazing shot. They were down, I think it was 72-74. They were down by 2. And you got to remember, Kobe had earlier in the day flown from Colorado to get to the game in Detroit, I believe it was. In San Antonio. so they could you get to the game, you know, and play. And I remember he showed up. I think it was game time, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, point is, he was exhausted, and the whole team was exhausted. So they're down by 2. It was like the third to the last play of the game, and Kobe brings it up. And I remember him just being out of energy, putting up a jumper from about 20 feet. It goes in, tie game. You know, Kobe goes to the bench and then collapses. You know, he starts, he needed fluids. I can't remember exactly what happened, but he fell down, and it wasn't on TV, but I read about it. You know, it just shows the grit and determination of Kobe. And of course, my favorite memory of him was back in 2010, when the Lakers went back-to-back for a second time in my time period. They did it in 2000, actually won 3 in a row, 2000, 2001, and they actually won in 2002. Fast forward to 2009, Lakers get this all, and they beat the Orlando Magic in the finals. Come to 2010, and the Lakers are playing the Celtics in the finals. Now, for you that know Laker fans, this is the rivalries to rivalries, you know? I mean, it's the Lakers and Celtics. I mean, it doesn't get much more magical than that. But not only that, this series went 7 games. And I remember, man, LA was just so crazy at that time. We were like, dude, we gotta win this. We cannot lose this game 7, man. This is gonna be forever. We're gonna talk about this. And all I remember was Kobe, you know, he didn't have his best night. I think he was 6 for 24 from the field. But holy moly, he made up for it in every other possible way. Getting rebounds, making plays, hitting his free throws. I mean, the epic shot of them when they won, him getting the ball, going on the table there and facing LA's crowd, you know, and the glitter and the confetti's falling down. And I remember my dad and I were so happy that they won, because we were huge Laker fans, and I couldn't bear the thought of having to say the Celtics beat us in 7, you know. So we were just so happy they won. And I remember calling my wife, who wasn't my wife at the time. I'm crying. I'm like, babe, they won again. They did it, you know. And I called my uncle. We're all huge Kobe fans, you know. And you know, to hear that he died yesterday sucked, man. It really did. I'm still not over it, you know. I didn't want to get on here and cry, you know. I'm sorry, but I wanted to get out here and get these thoughts out, because, you know, Kobe Bryant, I'm finding out, actually meant a lot to me. This one hits hard, man. This hits real hard. It's just the fact that he's gone. You know, he's not here anymore. You know, when I read on the TV, Kobe Bryant dead at 41, you know, 13, I think she was 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, gone. I mean, 2 things hit me right there. My sports hero's gone, and as a parent, you know, can you imagine losing a kid? I can't, man. That'd go crazy. Anyway, I want you guys to know that, you know, I was a big Kobe Bryant fan. I'm a big Lakers fan. I don't talk about it a lot because this is a baseball channel. You know, I definitely love baseball more than basketball, but there was a point in my life when I loved basketball more than anything in the world, and it was the time that Kobe was a Laker. I remember going to the parades. I remember going in 09. Apparently, when I was in 85, when the Lakers won, my dad took me to the parade. I don't remember because I was only 4, you know, but I remember watching in 87 and 88 when the Lakers went back-to-back with Magic. I remember Magic announcing to the world he had the HIV virus and he was going to retire. And I remember how devastated I was then, but nothing's hitting me like Kobe Bryant and his daughter being gone. That is just... I mean, you could probably hear Lumpy in the background, you know, that's why I gotta film this, you know, away, because I don't want him to know, you know. I'm not like I'm keeping it away from him, but you know, I have to tell him because it's Kobe Bryant, you know. There's an amazing story there with a sad ending, you know, a very sad ending, and it just reminds me, you guys, you know, to live every day, to eat the best you can, and to strive to do the best you can each and every day, because tomorrow's definitely not promised. And it's when things like this happen that you realize how special life is and how important the things are in life that, you know, you take for granted, like going to school and coming home. You know, just going about doing your regular daily things and coming back home. It's something that is taken for granted, and you know, the older I get, the more valuable that is to me, just getting home to seeing my loved ones, you know. And this 2020 has been off to a bad start for me, for a lot of us, and we just got to keep putting our feet in front of each other and keep going. You know, that's life. That's just how it works. People come and go, and we got to keep going. That's the name of the game, and that's what Kobe would have wanted. We got to move on. Life keeps going on. We got to do our best each and every day. Hug your loved ones. You know, if you got problems with people, settle them, because those are very small and insignificant when you think about the fact that you might not see them again. You know, the first thing I did was hug and kiss my wife and son, because I can't bear the thought of not having them. And man, all I could say is I love LA. I bleed blue. I bleed purple and heart. I love the Lakers. I love the Dodgers, and I always will. And I love all of you too, man. I'm out of here.